that say yeah. So my name is Ebony Stewart, aka the Gully Princess, aka I eat your cupcake. Mind your business. Listen. We are live streaming, okay? So it will be on Right About Now's Facebook and YouTube. We are live streaming. That means that there's a camera right here, there's a camera right here. You know what I'm saying? You see the camera, duck up underneath it, there's somebody on the stage, okay? Or don't even come this way. This is blocked off. You know what I'm saying? Like, be smart. What else? What else can I tell you? What else can I tell you? Oh, I'm just gonna go kind of sort of out of order. There are some people that have asked me if they could go like earlier in the set. Everybody is not here. Like I said, we're gonna try to like move it as quickly as we possibly can. So you just have to just be ready. When I call your team, I'm gonna say who's on deck. Okay, so that'll be helpful. Listen for your team. What else? Cardi B or Nicki Minaj? Cardi B. I just like controversy. I don't really care. Okay, so Trina. Yes, Trina. Oh, Trina. You better give some love to the old women. I love it. Okay, so let's see.
Make sure you use correct after.
Des Moines, you're on deck. Des Moines, what's the name of your team? Is it? It's not on mine.
Yeah, because you were invited.
Okay.
Well, sorry. You don't want it?
Did they sign up? Did they sign up?
Did y'all sign up?
Yeah. Over there?
Yeah, on the laptop.
Yes, ma'am.
What you just said to me? Run DSM? Okay. So not Des Moines. Which one y'all want?
Des Moines.
You want Des Moines, Run DSM. Okay. Run DSM is a dope name though, I'm just saying this. I just want to make sure I call people by, you know what I'm saying, so you know and everybody else know and I know and y'all know. Okay, cool. So y'all is on deck. Des Moines, Run DSM, you were on deck. I'm sorry, I'm reading. I'm paying attention. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Go ahead and start clapping. Start clapping. Start clapping. Start clapping. Louder. 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 That's the menu on the table today. That's the song today. All the way up to the stage for They Speak Poetry Stage.
Let's go, Collins. You better go in, Austin.
This is me! Call me an elevator, by which I mean open arms on the day you need a hug to lift you up when you're too tired to lug around the ledge, wait with words wasting your strength. You're not fixed to test the length of how much you can take in the face of a world screaming break! But this is me.
A naive little girl that collects sorrows and makes mud pies, turning the nightmares into daydreams because once you close your eyes at night, things aren't as bad as they seem. This is me.
A recurring circus, aware of the elephant in the room, so I order the lion tamer to deal with the matter. I know it's not his job, but it's not my job because I've never had a real job.
This is me.
A coconut who fell far from his family tree. Unaccepted and lost, I found root in what I know. I'm brown. And I'm hard and rough because my family made me that way. But on the inside, I'm white. And I'm soft and smooth because the other half of my family made me this way. This is me.
I have watched earthquakes of self-hate leave ruin in their wake and shake me to my core, but I still got up and came back for more. Cancel all reservations made to the floor. This is me.
A child who got lost on the merry-go-round of life, witnessing the same mistakes being made over and over again, playing pretend in order to ignore the chaos. Shards of glass shattering all around, and the one stone that broke this fragile house. It's just pixie dust that hurts a little when you brush it off your skin, because deep down within, and its character the face painting we're making with only the color red. This is me.
I have no experience tackling a conflict to the ground. I'm no defense lag during homecoming. I'm a running back. Instead, I'm now widening my arms whilst I'm at maximum speed, on my way to reach the opposing side of the field. In actuality, I'm imprisoned by an inconspicuous straitjacket.
This is me. I put my anger in retirement because it's too old to get the job done these days. Nowadays, I feel my heart breaking my concentration camps because my thoughts want to be free. I'm not done yet.
Let my introduction be something tomorrow won't forget.
Hello.
This
is me.
Only the color red.
This is me.
An open book full of happiness and dread.
Never knowing how to begin the story of how I came to be this way.
The story of why I continue to pray for those who remain broken pieces.
This is me.
Tossing up a corn with my toes, always landing on tails. My head is constantly descending into a hideaway. Because each time I'm spotted, eyes become headlights.
Beaming.
Burning my sensitive desert skin.
This is me. I keep boogeymen under my bed and broken teeth under my pillow because I have a bad habit of keeping the skeletons of those who are dead to me in my closet. I'm not good at speaking my mind, but if real was a language, I would be speaking truth. This is me.
My name is Gabrielle Alexis Spokantu. If you want to know me, walk where I've been. Through the woods where I played pretend, through hospital beds and on into loneliness. I could read through the doors of any church that would let me in, where my prayer for strength has been answered time and time again. If I leave this world tomorrow, today, I didn't settle for less. I said yes! Every chance that I had, set free worms I wanted to use fishing for sympathy when it's not that bad. This is me.
My name is Angela Maria Reves, the girl that tried to preserve things by painting a rainbow on top of the issue. But if you add tears to your painting, the colors begin to blend into the reality that things can be dark.
This is me.
My name is Gabriel Rene Herrera, a Spanish man who knows no Spanish.
Un hombre español que sabe no español.
This is me. My name is Kekoa Keola Ka, local Engelman. I use similes like a type of clothing because that feels like the only thing that fits. I have flaws that still need editing, and I'm not great with people, but
this is me.
Everybody, one clap, one clap, one clap, two claps, three claps, a whole lot of clapping all the way up to the stage for the Lord
Hey. Wow, that was real smooth. This is just a trigger warning for light mention of sexual violence.
Let's go, y'all.
Tell them
all the things.
My body be battled. Every part of me knows patriarchy,
like it should.
knows argument like a mimic. The government has issued a war on women.
I thought you said you wouldn't tell that diversify the draft. I thought women is something to fight.
How can we fight when legislation has us locked up in laws created to hurt the creatures who created them?
And ain't that ironic?
The way we still make life and get laughed at and left out but always lusted over.
And you love it. Let it happen over and over again.
White people, my voice is no value to you.
Can't say shit to change the climate of this country. All a man wants is your meat, your mouth, nothing to me.
Well, if my voice is no value,
This body can speak too. Perfect, so I can bring the break our bitch on the body like breast.
But these tits talk back. Don't forget you feed off the female form.
I can't find what to leave.
So leave me alone. Let me feed my children in peace, in public without
I
shame.
call it how I see it. Don't sex up because you don't want to be seen as a slut.
But nobody calls a cow a cunt or cat calls a kid for feeding their children in the open.
I would.
Just let me feed without the weight of a man's appetite. Let me be free. Be saggy or perky. Be spilling out of a dress without hearing you're asking for it. Without the carnivores cutting eyes and cleavage. One day tits will grow teeth and the women will start biting back.
Yeah, I love you, bitches pork.
How dare you regret the ones who birthed you? This better be buoyancy at its finest. Full and fat and fabulous.
Ha, barely fuckable.
I make humans whole. Have held hands with heaven.
If I can got lit about that gun.
I've seen sons be delivered, yet you still judge. Tell us back to fuck off. Tell us love him to hibernate. Like your species don't fit seasons in my tummy. Without my belly, you wouldn't be here.
I don't give a damn about your insides unless I'm inside of them.
You couldn't handle a conversation with this kitty. If these walls could talk, they would tell you they know blood, know how to shed uterine lining like snake skin, know how to end a sentence, period, know how to handle her like once a month, like abortion and miscarried memories.
Are your ovaries over me? Don't you know your place to be craved and consumed? You have no choice but to concede to me. Such an only satisfied with submissive, only sex you in silence. Ha! Your body can speak too. It's a man that can speak for you. Let me control you. No longer shit to me.
Monster needs a muzzle, so shut the fuck up.
No man's body knows death like I do. If they still try and make laws to keep me silent, I'm tired of keeping quiet.
I got lips for a reason. I got hips for a reason. Got a head and a heart, the no hurdles, the no foreign men who mean on. And I do so much more than how boys break down this body. Every part of me is a protest. It's a raging riot. And I got the right to be bitch, be brave, be big. Everybody act like my breath don't belong to me. But my body belongs to me.
One clap, two claps, three claps. Where? Oh, was there? I was ready in Detroit, you was on deck. One clap, two claps, three claps. A whole lot of clapping all the way up to the stage for good men.
Content warning for sexual abuse, substance abuse, and natural disasters. Storm chasing is the pursuit of disasters through documentary footage. Nothing could be worth the risk of a camera crew materializing
The panels of decimated houses. This town is being foreclosed by forecasters.
I am tired of being in this spotlight. Entertainment for the viewers at home. Warning. Storm chasing is a dangerous hobby.
Warning.
Safety has
Storm
never
chasing
been
is a
stationary.
dangerous hobby.
Reward your escape
Storm
before.
chasing is a dangerous
We are
hobby.
directly in the eye of the storm.
Directly in the eye of the storm.
Safety has never been stationary. Reward your escape before. We are directly in the eye of the storm. Warning. We are directly in the eye of the storm. A 7.5 earthquake caused a tsunami off the Pacific coast. She was the fastest reason I grew up. My underwear between couch cushions. I used to go to Bible study in that house.
We have a tornado coming in from the northwest. The first time my mother disappeared, I watched glass fly towards the sky. Not sure if the shards came from the broken bottles or the windows.
Dust storm approaching from the northeast.
They happen in heat. Home is a hot box. I hold my breath while heroin needles are lodged into Nana's arms. Inhale remains of the roof I grew under. Cough up insulation.
Flash flood coming in off the southern coast.
The couch of my infancy sits waterlogged. His holiday cards pool around my ankles.
The memory can only last for so long before the moss begins to grow.
No one wants to witness reality unless it's been fixed in post. Storm chasing is the pursuit of disasters through documentary footage. Warning, storm chasing is a dangerous hobby. Send flash warnings to your teammate when our tears turn to floods. You don't have to survive the storm. Take souvenirs from our wreckage. Carry cameras like one day this will all become history.
But when the credits roll,
Whose name are you going to remember?
in 1983, lightning struck right next to 5 tornado chasers.
Luckily, they all lived.
The storm almost gave them a taste of the real thing.
Passed by Dorothy's house,
Kept her dreaming.
She imagined the tornado.
the house, the rubble.
Told the stories like they were her own. I don't know, Toto, this definitely isn't about poetry anymore.
And while you can click your heels 3 times and be home,
We're still trying to get our feet back on the ground.
this isn't a moment of silence.
This is a moment of truth. We made it out alive, so our survival is only ours to speak of.
Our words have been harvested, broadcasted for entertainment, for sympathy.
We aren't asking you to stop talking about the storms, but if you have never been caught in the lungs of one, the debris does not belong to you.
This is not exciting.
Not your picture-perfect photogenic.
Storms are a fascinating phenomenon. None of them look the same on the inside, but you can make them look identical on camera. The script is written.
The camera's rolling.
Ready, set.
Action. But this was never your storm
This was never your story
to tell.
Let's see. Dallas Fort Worth, you were on deck. 1 clap, 2 claps, 1 clap. Oh, yeah. You see, you was all out, child. That's okay, baby. Trigger. You got it. You know what I'm saying? 1 clap, 1 clap, 2 claps, 3 claps. A whole lot of clapping for Detroit.
When Grace said she wasn't a racist, I wanted to believe her. I wanted to give her kudos, drink shots in her honor, mention her in every poem I have written as the one girl who was okay with my skin. I wanted to write her symphonies, novels, mixtapes, use her as an example for others to follow. But when my Hispanic friend jokingly asked me, "Why do you hate me?" this so-called non-racist butts her voice into the conversation, Grace said, "Because you're Hispanic." And everything in me stills. All the color drains from my face as I see the laughter on hers, and I am ashamed. I always forget that racism doesn't just mean my race. My color isn't the only one being attacked, especially in this conversation. I look toward my friend. She seems to shrink into herself. I want to pull her out, to shield her from the familiar ringing of everything but freedom and tell her it's okay. How can I tell her the same lies I tell myself? Craft a fairy tale of equality and make it spew from this white girl's mouth. I want her to take it back, to shove her words back down her throat until she chokes on her own racist vomit. I want to dedicate a tombstone in her honor. Label it, "Here lies the bitch who couldn't keep others' ethnicity out of her mouth." Comment on all the things that will make her feel like nothing. I want her to be nothing. Call her everything my mother wouldn't like me to say, and I want to beat her ass. Tear her limb from limb. Find the root of her racism and rip it out of the land her Christopher Columbus discovered. I want her to be silent. Feel the constricting chains around her throat, rusted with the blood of people too good for her to speak of. I want to ask her so many questions, but my anger won't let me. Anything she says would be pointless. Wouldn't stop her from saying it again. Still will have her convinced that she isn't a racist, and I can't deal with that. So I stay silent, I pretend I don't hear. I wish I hadn't. I can't look my friend in the face. Can't look at myself right now. I know I'll see Grace looking back at me, waiting for the punchline, for my color to match hers. I don't wear white well. It reeks of a privilege I don't want, that she doesn't deserve. People like us deserve nothing.
Fountain City, you is on deck. One clap, one clap, one clap, one clap, two claps, two claps, two claps, three claps. A whole lot of clapping all the way up to the stage for Dallas Fort Worth.
Southside, six side.
To the man who called me ugly for being too buff, I'll have you know I look at my muscles with pride, the same way that any woman should be allowed to view her body, but you have made this a new form of body shaming. You didn't want the big girl, and now you don't want the ripped girl, but let's get one thing straight, I'm not too strong, you're just too weak. You actually put in the work to obtain the results that you see, so you set your stigma on me, an attempt to demoralize my strength, and even so, I'm confused as to how a man would even choose to criticize the strength of a woman, as if we were beings who were made to be weak, as if the body of a woman and not a man isn't strong enough, isn't magical enough, isn't mystical enough to completely create a whole nother human being that would then grow to be as strong as they could possibly be, as if this woman wasn't meant to fight her own battles, to carry her own weight, to make her own decisions on how she chooses to be beautiful, because this is for the women who are beautifully buff, who train to lift the weights of the world above their shoulders and hold it high for everyone to see, the women who don't rely on the strength of a man when the weight of the load gets a bit heavy, the women who don't give a damn about your opinion, the opinion of a man, of a boy, of a coward who is too weak to carry his own insecurities. Don't you ever tell me you don't want a woman who is too buff, too strong, too beautiful to be yours, as if you have the right to tell me what looks are appropriate for a woman, to tell me what activities are right for me, to tell me where the bar is set for beauty, as if I asked for your opinion. So to the men who call me ugly for being too buff, you can have all the Barbies, because to me, being a Wonder Woman is more than enough.
We are here at Best of BNV. We are here at Best of BNV. Let's see. Homeward, you was on deck. One clap. One clap. One clap. Two claps. Two claps. Two claps. Three claps. A whole lot of clapping all the way up to the stage for Fountain City.
I see you, Terrence.
My name was Isabella. But when I left the house of bondage, I left everything behind. And so I went to the Lord and I asked him for a new name. And the Lord gave me Sojourner, because I was to travel up and down the lands, showing the people their sins and being a sign unto them. Afterwards, I asked the Lord for another name, because everybody else had two names and the Lord gave me Truth, because I was to declare the truth to the people. In May of 1851, I attended the Women's Rights Convention in Akron, Ohio. There I delivered an arousing speech where I famously proclaimed, "Ain't I a woman? Well, children, when there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. The white men will be in a fix pretty soon, but what's all this here talking about? I stand before you once again. Ain't I a woman? 2018 ain't no different than 1851. Why are we talking in the first place? Ain't I a citizen? Better yet, ain't I a human? Deny my presence on this earth, and your tongue I will curse. May you be condemned of your wicked ways. Punished for your denial of my praise, I am a black woman, sculpted by God. Find it odd the ground shifts when I walk. The atmosphere moves as I speak. Never fix your mouth to deny me, insinuating that I'm just a baby mama, nothing more than a quick nut. Ain't I a woman? We can't sit back, observe, contemplate. Us black women confront and retaliate, and you ponder why. We always have something to say. For who will speak for us, if not us? For who will fight for us, if not us? These Negro spirituals quote my vocal cords, deny my power, the strength to move borders. I hold the power, and the words you use will sting as they come up your throat. This be a black girl curse, twisted tongues and naked eyes, flesh darker than the hunted skies. My spirit shall shine. My breath create a sacred aura. May you forever see my face. May you never again erase this black woman, black being, black girl on the front lines every day. Stop killing us. Our lives matter beyond hashtags and retweets. We did not come from all fours and cotton fields just to be getting gunned down and made out in streets. We were royalty long before those lashes my ancestors took. Ain't I a human? From the rib came one of God's most precious creations, mother of all nations. From the dirt sculpted and molded into a queen to be, to forever reign. This is our whole truth, the sojourner truth. And believe me, the answer is yes. Ain't I a woman?
One clap, one clap, one clap, two claps, three claps, one clap, two claps, three claps, a whole lot of clapping all the way up to the stage for Homer.
Dr. Roske.
My truth may not be something you'll want to hear.
It may make you uncomfortable, but I have to say it. I have to perform it. Until my heart is emptied onto the walls, until there is nothing left of myself to give you, no matter what.
Today, we commence with the first Joy Olympics.
Held each year to crown the loudest laughter.
So I submit for your judgment my sunburn,
Baby carrots and lizard tails.
My broken pen.
The spider on my bathroom ceiling.
What?
Yes, friends, look, today the sun slingshotted a single ray of light across the solar system. It braved 92 million miles of empty space to claim a portion of me. Look at the wonder
I have
that
even more joy from making children at summer camp eat their vegetables.
Look at the wonder that is my cheeks stained with both dawn and dusk. What a miracle it is to be branded by a burning star and still be here.
Done?
No.
Good, because once I watched a girl stretch into a gaping megaphone as her tongue announced excitement because her mom had packed baby carrots. Baby carrots! The one vegetable that makes children marvel at an orchestra of tiny lightning cracks as it snaps between their teeth.
Come one, come all, and experience my unparalleled joy for my broken pen that I keep in my
None
pocket.
of this compares to my badass spider friend. I first noticed the limbs peeking from the ceiling tile, and unlike you cowards who cannot fathom the beauty of a creature whose legs are outstretched by nothing but its own heartbeat, oh, to meet a giant
For the broken pen that I keep in my pocket.
to meet a giant with
See how these children make praise songs from whispers, gaping in amazement as they watch a lizard shed its tail, that immortal wriggling before a roar of cheers.
Come one, come all, and experience my unparalleled joy for the broken pen that I keep.
Shut up, Graham!
Come on! Come one, come all, and experience my unparalleled joy for my broken pen, for the furious scratching and mess of colorless lines that are left on my paper before taking the shape of my home. When the ink finally spilled, the punctures and scars were filled with streams of blue. My eyes were left marbled and wide as the wrinkled paper grinned and twisted into blueberry bushes and brambles, belly laughing beneath the cotton sun.
Oh, guardian angel! Oh, gentle eight eyes of God, all watching as I flit past the mirror in a blur, too afraid to see an image dysphoria has painted me. I instead see you.
I watch my grandfather's face and see the dark spots, and know that as my body too becomes frail, my nucleotides will have a permanent record of this joy. Joy replicated again and again throughout my body.
And so, I love you, dear arachnid, dear microscopic sparkle.
Dear children who know nothing of reason or insecurity.
My mouth spills joy like ink, reminding me my touch has both light and weight.
The way that skin so delicately kissed by the sun stretches across bones filled with stardust and grin wrinkles.
Joy spills from hairline fractures.
Like how a spider can hold the fear of others and still intertwine it into a masterpiece of spindled silk.
Joy has crawled out of the ceiling,
And covered light in kaleidoscope cobwebs.
and I am left here with my mouth agape.
Word has gone, you're on deck. Word has gone, you're on deck. One clap. One clap. One clap. One clap. One clap. One clap. A whole lot of clapping all the way up to the stage for Bronson.
I know what it's like to be scared of me. I mean feared. I know others don't want to touch me. I don't want to be touched. It comes with being a Spidora, half spider, half woman, a hybrid. They put me in a glass to see me better. They didn't want to kill me until they didn't understand the woman that doesn't want to be a woman but is. The spider that doesn't want to be a spider but is. I broke a leg on stage. The hardest audience to smile for is me. A spider is still a spider even when missing a leg. They still make you spin a web. Put on the show, become the show, big top circus freak, whatever. Just do something. Be something. Smile. Show your teeth, but not your fangs. Don't scare them. Don't give them a reason to turn you into an angry black woman, spider, hybrid, me, a Spidora. They say when you kill a spider, it rains the next day. When you try and kill me, it hails, sleets, downpours for days on end, but I don't die. You will not forget me in the dusty cobwebs of your attic. I'll be what your nightmares are made of. But I don't bite much. Promise.
Okay, Poetland, you are on deck. One clap, two claps, one clap, two claps, three claps. A whole lot of clapping all the way up to the stage for words as
Content warning for mental health and brief mentions of suicide.
And self-harm. I fell in love with a white man, skin paper thin, like pale plastic stretched over his ligaments. I fell in love with the way I could see how his heart beat faster when he saw me.
Ignored the decay festering inside him.
Turned a blind eye to his translucent transgressions. He's never left me alone.
Even in my darkest hours.
Sometimes I want to be happy with myself, but he doesn't understand. Says I couldn't possibly live without him. Calls me crazy for thinking I could. I find him at every corner of my thoughts.
I blink and he's back in a breath.
Don't get me wrong, my lover is the bomb, but I swear his insults hold the most shrapnel. His love is constant consummation.
Like how if I look in the mirror, I can only recognize myself by the scars.
Sometimes not even at all. The salt of him falls on my open lacerations, rubs itself on them. He calls it exfoliation. I say it burns.
He says shut up.
He holds my heart in his hands, steadies my palpitations with a simple squeeze. So suffocation seems more like, better than breathing.
You should know how this works by now. And if God didn't want me to have him in my life, why would he be so hard to get away from?
The congregation of mine, we can do anything through Christ who strengthens me. Family says I can pray him away if I try hard enough. Says we don't experience such a thing. He's a disease born of himself.
And don't you think I've tried relinquishing myself through exhales of Hail Marys, Bible verses, and confessions?
But of course, black people have their own remedies for this kind of sickness. Back hands that leave bruises on both the knuckles and the cheek. Christened and bleached out holy waters.
And still conversations with therapists who don't understand. This isn't hopelessness or despondency.
This isn't a mood disorder. I am my own consolation, my own therapy sessions. He's part of me now.
Always has been, and I intend to love him.
This is my fault.
I vowed devotion to his deranged antics, swore to bite his forbidden fruit with poker face.
Crunch on every bite, devour every seed and the core until the poison kills me. He's the reason I hate the best parts of me. Parts my mother told me were special.
He's everything I hate about myself. Is that why I love him? Is this masochism, or just someone fucked up enough to love me back? Isn't this what I deserve for succumbing to his unpigmented plague?
He was the only one there to cradle me in his smoldering touch. He knows what he's done to me.
He knows what he's doing to me.
Unintentional or not, he is my lover, and I vow to turn a blind eye to his sheer misdemeanors.
Eat his poison with poker face.
They say all things we're dying for you should do, but his love is to kill for.
Felonies for infatuation, until all that's left is the rope, pill bottle, blade, the proof I did as he said, even if it means my own death.
Let's see, Dallas Youth Poet Slam, you was on deck, you was on deck, you was on deck. 2 claps, 2 claps, 2 claps, 3 claps. Oh, I'm gonna just start with 1 clap, 2 claps, 3 claps, 1 clap, 2 claps, 3 claps. A whole lot of clapping for Poet Slam.
Not your baby. And no, that is not me being shady. It's just that every nigga I've let get beside me has played me. But I know you want to get to know me and all. You want to take me to lunch and all. You're not even trying to fuck it all. But what about me has drawn me to you? Was it the thickness of my thighs, or the way that my pants curved to the shape of my hips, or was it the smile that grazes upon my lips? Because I know that it was not my mind. See, because you mustn't have the time to peruse politely through where my inner fixings reside. No, you only know that I have got something that you could get inside. You diminish me to my looks, because fuck the time I spend in books. You are impervious to the extensivity of my vocabulary. But you think that I am the type of chick you gon' marry. You can't even carry the intellectual conversations about the mass imprisonment of our black and brown patrons, or the institutionalized racism of this nation. You don't even want more for yourself. You just see you as another black boy. You've already let them steal your joy, and I cannot want good for you more than you do, so nigga, back up. There was no evaluation of my energy before you were offering me Hennessy and to buy everything that I need, because I am a queen who don't need to be on their feet. So baby, I said your misogyny is leaking out of your ass. Pull up your pants and let's get one thing straight. I can buy my own shit, I can take my own trips, I pack my own bag because I chase my own bag. I am the calm and the storm, I am a motherfucking riot. I am soft and warm, but baby, I am a fire. I am more in a woman than you would even ever know to desire. No shade intended when I say that you will never find another like me, another like us. But I guess that's why you want to wife me, huh? So I'll just say, look both ways before you cross me, because I will fuck your whole life up. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Estes Park, you are on deck. Estes Park, you are on deck. Go ahead and start clapping all the way up to the stage. Start clapping all the way up to the stage for Dallas Youth Poet Slam.
Braiding is not tied to cosmetology schools.
Mama braided my sister's hair.
And my sister braided mine.
And I do the same for them.
Illegally. We tame our Kingston playgrounds, living rooms, front porches. We tame our kitchens and kitchens for centuries.
Ouch!
Hold still.
Ugh, you heavy-handed.
Nah, you just tender-headed.
Madam C.J. Walker, twist, curl, and sweat for us never to be shunned again. Why do you think the hot comb against our hair sparks?
Cause there's something magical about all this heat, and they say our hair are professional.
That my locks ain't luxurious and mean business.
And I wonder where the crime starts.
Was it at our roots?
Was it promoting black culture?
Forcing society to accept our style.
Forcing cosmetology industries to weave in our history, and this be a sacred geometry.
It's something about holding 3 strands together to braid into a total.
From hair to products, we weave tight enough to keep this wife in us.
Why is it illegal when it comes to blackness? Black girls been locked in,
braiding,
twisting,
taming their hair out.
Hold still.
White girls get mad, wish they have to do what mine does. Say it's just not fair. They always been jealous of our hair.
Like braiding was a choice for us. Like we didn't have to weave our hair into escape route from slavery, into blueprints to escape plantation masters. I mean, death.
We escaped death once.
And we won't do it again.
Intertwine our strength and plow our way through discrimination. Braided hair was a sign of wisdom.
It's the power of the black woman.
To hold roots sacred.
Our souls braided together with fingers massaged follicles.
And this is why no one can touch our hair.
Our edges stay laid in a nice and neat fuck you.
I never want the same hairstyle twice.
Kinky or single leaf twist.
My hair decides who I want to be for the day.
We've been doing this for years.
We sew in stories to scalps so our sisters never forget.
And we've been doing this way before the Kardashians.
Been locked in before hipsters made it dreadful.
Girl, my auntie caught the scene at the airport once because TSA thought her scalp was a bomb. But the only weapons we ever needed are our fingertips and our hair, and that's something they can never strip from you.
We fought for our right to braid hair when Americans tried to make it illegal. Our braids are fine. It will choke anything that gets in the way.
Ouch! Stop pulling so hard.
Weave through the lines to prepare to own design.
Stop pulling my hair.
Braid too tight.
Are you trying to snatch out my roots or not of my heritage? This is for those who lock, weave, braid their hair back, add a few tracks, and still make it look natural. Afro puffs and the snapbacks, we call that a clapback. Now hold still while I make you a crown.
I'm just trying to get somebody to grease my scalp. Okay, so let me see. Hold on. The JVN project is on deck. The JVN project is on deck. Go ahead and start clapping, start clapping, start clapping all the way to the stage. What it stands for.
I love my little sister more than life itself, which isn't saying much. Her golden hair shines through the black and white lines of my life like the most beautiful sunrise, casting sunbeams in every direction, filling me with warmth, happiness, and purpose as I'm lucky enough to have them shine upon my skin. You'd think I'd have learned by now to never let my skin be touched by the light. Because light always reveals the secrets we try to hide, where I tucked away under the baggy sleeves, where I cover the bloodstains I washed up down my arms last night. I keep going deeper and deeper. I just want to bury the misery in the holes I dig. This torment will never stop. The corruption of my mind, the bottles my father abused, they never leave. They stay as a reminder of what desperation really feels like. But I always seem to forget. So I uncover the pitiful excuses for always wearing hoodies in the summer. But when I play with my little sister, I don't feel my injuries. The sun shines brighter with her, and I get sweaty from chasing her in the park or playing hide and seek, pushing her on the swing. I can stop creating the fantasies I'm starting to believe myself. I don't have to tell her I'm fine with the heat. I don't have to tell her the cat I don't own created the scabs. Innocent isn't a good enough word to describe someone who will always see the best in you because they look up to you. They want to be you. She wants to be just like her sissy. She makes me realize how happy you can be if you just give yourself a reason to be happy. So I take off my sweaty hoodie and wear the tank top underneath. But I always regret my decisions. And nothing is worse than a 4-year-old asking what's wrong with my arms. It's kind of like when you go outside and you know you should put on sunscreen, you don't because you think you'll be okay, even though every time you look at the peeling skin, you see how stupid you were for thinking you'll be okay. She runs her finger no bigger than a pencil over the first time I thought I might die. And even though the strands of sunshine are warm upon my arm, the comfort is gone and I'm starting to wish I put on sunscreen. She's 4. She's not stupid. What do I tell her? What do you say to the person whose love is the only reason you're still alive, because you couldn't bear the thought of her crying, because you never want her to feel pain, because she has no one left to protect her, and because you know she's too young to remember you? How do I hide her from my pitiful life? Is there any way to show her to love others without hating yourself first? That's all I've ever done. And no amount of positive self-talk, or therapy, or love letters, or promises of AA and redemption will ever change that. But then I see my little sister smiling. That smile melts my heart. She makes me think I'm worthy of love. She thinks I'm perfect. She thinks scars are perfect. But if that's what she calls perfect, how do I teach her to be flawed?
This is the last team that you sent me that's on there?
Yeah, I think that's it,
yeah. HRYP is on deck. He was the last team to close us out. Y'all go ahead and start clapping all the way up to the stage. You should be clapping. Okay. All the way up to the stage for the BNV project.
Content warning for gun violence.
A poem from a teacher.
A poem from a politician to the public.
A poem from a protester.
A poem from the dead to the public.
A poem from a gun. You treat me like your God. My leg was never meant to be worshipped.
The only time this body got to experience whiteness is when it became a chalk outline.
This school can't even supply chalk, and this classroom is killing you. The only time your voice can be heard is when there's a gun in your mouth.
I've never seen a gun in real life. As much as they value us white kids, they value their guns more.
Today we won't speak on policy. Today we must send our thoughts and prayers to the families who are grieving and the students who lost their lives.
I never asked for you to find salvation in my bullets. I find no peace in your propaganda. This pistol does not belong on your pedestal.
My story gotta be beautiful and elaborate when I die.
My bullets have torn through flesh.
Stay calm. Guns are not the enemy here. You can sleep better knowing your children are safe from the monsters under their beds, even if the monster is a family dog or you.
If you can put a machine before this classroom, you're not looking to protect the people.
We walk by buildings with people who could protect our classrooms.
The people who march look like me. I wish I was alive to protect them from
We have a magazine cover now.
the tanks, the hoses.
They let us walk on pavement declared a battlefield by police, by politicians, by guns.
I wish.
By guns.
I wish.
By guns.
I wish I was alive.
Buy guns! It's as simple as that. Support a truly American industry.
I wanted to lift your voices until I heard your scream.
I was in a classroom when I heard the news about the last mass shooting.
It's expected for me to be shot.
Shooting.
That is no longer news.
Grieved.
Guilty.
Just a reminder that we are casualties in a war waged against ourselves.
To be enlisted anywhere.
Even in a classroom.
PowerPoint presentations can't prepare you to give a eulogy. Toe tags are just old scraps to these politicians.
I was made to make people meet their maker, whether that be God or a politician. I wonder what heaven is like.
I wish I was alive to tell you.
I wonder why I send so many people there but can never visit.
That there's probably discrimination in your all-white pristine heaven. That there is no heaven or hell, just black. No wonder why they march for their lives. I guess black lives really do matter.
I need to be empty. I see it as confession. I need a hand over this barrel. Your anxious fingers put fire in my belly. I am unable to hold my own breath. I am the one exhaling when someone takes their last.
Now my picture makes headlines. Now I'm the apex of everyone's poem. I'm dead.
Serious.
Are y'all ready for the last team?
Yeah.
Yeah? So can y'all clap it up for them all the way up to the stage? Just give them some love. You should be clapping right now. You should be like, yeah. Okay. So keep clapping all the way up to the stage for April. Oh, wow.
Okay, spit your shit. Go on, poet.
Preaching to the people, no longer to the choir. Speaking about my faith publicly, except no agreeing voices, no comforting claps, it's only me. Speaking to influence the masses, mirroring the past preachers, such as Barbara Jordan, born and raised in Houston and raised her voice for laws to be changed for segregation. John Lewis, a freedom rider with a motor of motivation, leading marches throughout the nation and drove to succeed. And Harry T. Moore, who did more than what's in a textbook, those who spoke when not spoken to, protested with no violence, pursued and breaking silence, protectors of the people, our rights and what we stand for, demanding justice, not unjust war. Justice from racial bondage, change the strained minds, psychological tethering into thinking that we were lesser, inadequate, below, beneath. It was supposed to be life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Instead, it became death traps set in pursuits of fear. His blood, their sweat, no tear shed. By those who were sick of crying, he will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. This was the revelation, a revelation that never turned into a revolution. So when I speak, I want change. Change from unarmored souls being feared by colonizers of the century, but our words are sharper than the swords they wield, piercing to the divisions of soul and of spirit, of joints and of marrow, and discerning the thoughts and intentions of the heart. So I encourage you to speak. Not always in thundering shrills of righteousness, but knowing what's right. For the spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power. Power to do things we would not be able to do without him. Power to no longer have streets as battlefields. Power to not be strained and to not be chained in stereotypes, but have liberty. Power to speak victory. Power. Speak up, speak out, because only you can speak your truth. We will always have power, even in our youth. Speak with power.
Woo! Oh, yes, man! My bad. There is another team that needs to go, but also, let me ask this, just so we won't mess up again. Is there any other team here that has not had a chance to go that was supposed to go tonight? All right then, okay, we'll go ahead and start clapping. All the way up to the stage for WBL Washington, D.C.
To be young, black, and missing, to disappear off the face of the earth, to go from planning a future to becoming a hashtag. Oh, to the young, black, and missing. We were following the rules, staying on our block, making sure mama knew where we were, refusing candy from strangers, avoiding the danger, except this time the danger came to us. I guess our kidnappers didn't remember that they were supposed to take us. Ain't nobody gonna go looking for you.
The saddest part of our existence is to feel the sting of the truth.
Y'all forgot about us. Or were we ever something you wanted to remember? Or if ever going to be sad Facebook tributes and 30-second news clips to pacify the masses? To think the detectives would ever make sure we ever got home?
I guess the world is as cold as brother says. Now I lie in bed dreaming, wondering how many tears mama cried while out searching for her daughter.
I gather my hopes and dreams and stuff them into my back pockets. Those men don't want those.
Nah, they want me.
They want the beauty of my body.
To capitalize on my purity.
How long before I realize I'm not innocent anymore? I wait in dread for the next man to walk through the door.
Or the police.
Or even Jesus himself, as long as someone comes to rescue me from this hell. I frequently wonder what sin I committed. I guess Amber Alerts only search for the pretty pale girls of the world.
But they forgot about me.
They forgot about mama. My name isn't Amber. My name
is
Ebony. To be young, black, and missing, to disappear off the face of the earth, to go from planning a future to becoming a hashtag. Oh, to be young, black, and missing.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Make sure that you subscribe, follow, and like right about now, and be on the lookout for all of these poems that you just saw.